Join us as we explore the life and legacy of Vladimir Lenin, the Russian revolutionary who shaped modern history. From his early days as a radical thinker to his rise as a leader of the Soviet Union, learn about the complex and multifaceted life of this iconic figure. Vladimir Lenin was born on April 22, 1870, in Simbirsk, Russia. His father, Ilya Nikolaevich Ulyanov, was a school inspector who believed in the importance of education. Lenin's mother, Maria Alexandrovna Ulyanova, was a homemaker who managed the family's estate. Lenin's early life was marked by a strong sense of social justice, which was instilled in him by his parents. His family was of modest means, but they valued education and encouraged Lenin to pursue his academic interests. Lenin's family was of noble descent, and his father was a high-ranking official in the Russian Empire. However, the family's financial situation was precarious, and they relied on government assistance to make ends meet. Lenin's early life was marked by a sense of uncertainty and insecurity, which would later shape his views on class and revolution. Lenin's family was deeply affected by the assassination of his father in 1886. Lenin's father was shot by a former student, which led to a period of mourning and introspection for the family. This event would later influence Lenin's decision to become involved in revolutionary activities. Lenin's older brother, Alexander Ulyanov, was also a significant influence on his early life. Alexander was a revolutionary who was involved in a plot to assassinate Tsar Alexander III. However, the plot was discovered, and Alexander was arrested and executed in 1887. This event had a profound impact on Lenin, who was deeply affected by his brother's death. Lenin attended the University of Kazan, where he studied law and became involved in the Russian revolutionary movement. He was heavily influenced by the works of Marx and Engels, and he began to develop his own ideas about socialism and communism. Lenin's intellectual development was marked by a strong sense of curiosity and a desire to learn, which would serve him well in his future endeavors. At university, Lenin became friends with a group of radical students who shared his passion for revolutionary politics. Together, they formed a study group to discuss Marxist theory and its application to Russian society. This group would later become the nucleus of the Russian Social Democratic Party, which would play a crucial role in Lenin's rise to power. Lenin's university days were marked by a sense of excitement and possibility. He was exposed to new ideas and perspectives, and he began to see the world in a new light. Lenin's intellectual development was shaped by his reading of Marx and Engels, and he began to see the world as a place of class struggle and revolution. In 1893, Lenin joined the Social Democratic Party, which was a Marxist organization that aimed to overthrow the Russian monarchy. He quickly rose through the ranks and became a leader in the party. Lenin's revolutionary years were marked by a series of conflicts with other leaders, including Georgy Plekhanov, who would later become a rival. Lenin's early revolutionary activities were marked by a sense of enthusiasm and idealism. He was deeply committed to the cause of revolution, and he saw the Russian Empire as a bastion of oppression and injustice. Lenin's activities were largely confined to underground meetings and clandestine pamphlets, but he was already making a name for himself as a leading figure in the revolutionary movement. In 1894, Lenin published his first major work, The Development of Capitalism in Russia. This pamphlet was a critical analysis of Russian capitalism and its relationship to the revolutionary movement. The work established Lenin as a rising star in the Russian revolutionary movement and marked the beginning of his rise to prominence. In 1895, Lenin was arrested and exiled to Siberia for his revolutionary activities. During his time in exile, he continued to write and organize, and he eventually became the leader of the Bolshevik faction. Lenin's leadership was marked by a strong sense of determination and a willingness to take risks, which would serve him well in his future endeavors. While in exile, Lenin became involved with Nadezhda Krupskaya, who would later become his wife. Krupskaya was a fellow revolutionary and shared Lenin's passion for social justice. The two married in 1898 and would remain together until Lenin's death in 1924. Lenin's exile was marked by a sense of isolation and hardship. He was separated from his family and friends, and he was forced to live in remote and inhospitable conditions. However, Lenin remained committed to the cause of revolution, and he continued to write and organize even in the face of adversity. In 1905, Lenin returned to Russia and became involved in the revolution that was sweeping the country. Although the revolution ultimately failed, it had a profound impact on Lenin's thinking and strategy. He realized that a successful revolution would require a strong and disciplined party, and he began to build the Bolsheviks into a powerful force. During the revolution, Lenin advocated for a provisional government that would serve as a transition to socialism. However, this proposal was rejected by other revolutionary groups, leading to a period of conflict and factionalism within the movement. Lenin's experiences during this period would shape his approach to revolution and leadership in the years to come. The 1905 revolution was marked by a sense of excitement and possibility. Lenin was part of a broad coalition of revolutionaries who were committed to overthrowing the Russian Empire. However, the revolution was ultimately crushed, and Lenin was forced to go into hiding. 1917, Lenin returned to Russia and delivered his famous April Theses, which outlined the Bolsheviks' plan for revolution. The theses called for the overthrow of the provisional government and the establishment of a socialist government. Lenin's leadership and vision helped to galvanize the Bolsheviks and prepare them for the October Revolution. The October Revolution was a successful uprising that overthrew the provisional government and established the Bolsheviks as the ruling party. Lenin played a key role in the revolution, and he became the leader of the new government. The October Revolution marked the beginning of a new era in Russian history, and it had a profound impact on the world. After the October Revolution, Lenin faced a series of challenges as he sought to consolidate power and establish a socialist government. He was opposed by a number of groups, including the Mensheviks and the socialist revolutionaries, who were committed to a more democratic form of socialism. Lenin also faced opposition from the Tsar's supporters, who were determined to restore the monarchy. This opposition led to the Russian Civil War, which lasted from 1918 to 1922. The war was marked by a series of brutal conflicts, and it had a devastating impact on the Russian people. Despite these challenges, Lenin remained committed to his vision of a socialist society. He implemented a number of policies, including the nationalization of industry and the establishment of a planned economy. Lenin also established the Chaika, a secret police force that was responsible for suppressing opposition to the Bolsheviks. Lenin died on January 21, 1924, after a long illness. He was succeeded by Joseph Stalin, who would go on to become one of the most infamous leaders in Soviet history. Lenin's legacy is complex and multifaceted. He is remembered as a champion of socialism and a leader who helped to establish the Soviet Union. However, he is also remembered for his authoritarian tendencies and his role in the suppression of opposition. Despite these criticisms, Lenin remains an important figure in modern history. His ideas about socialism and communism continue to inspire people around the world, and his legacy serves as a reminder of the power of revolutionary change. Thanks again for watching. Like and subscribe for more documentaries and historical analysis. And we'll see you in the next video.